All right, Justin, so I'm going up against Chandler Catanzaro in a field goal off. Do I have a chance?
Get in! The wind really picked up. Now you're driving. Felt like bad contact. It was bad contact.
No chance. None whatsoever.
All right, let's get it.
Of all the positions in all the sports, who gets the very most hate? NFL kickers. Why? Because what they do looks pretty damn easy. All they gotta do is kick this ball through an upright. That's their only job. Why is it so hard? I myself grew up heckling NFL kickers all the time from the sideline. In games, you see even their own teammates get mad at them. But if it were so easy, why would the highest level kickers in the world miss so often? Last season, of kickers who played all 16 games, only 3 hit 100% of their extra points, and only 5 hit over 90% of field goal attempts. So, I'm here in the home of my beloved New York Jets, the team I grew up rooting for, and the team whose kickers I grew up heckling, and we're gonna see. How hard is it really to kick a field goal? I'm gonna give it a shot.
For this challenge, I'll be kicking from 3 different distances. First, 33 yards, the length of an NFL extra point. Then I'd kick from 40 yards and 50 yards. And, just to add a little pressure, I'm going to be going up against professional kicker Chandler Catanzaro. He's kicked for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New York Jets, and the Carolina Panthers. But to start this challenge, I figured I'd need someone who could help me get a leg up on the competition. So I reached out to the Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, who just happens to be the most accurate place kicker in NFL history.
Average Joes like me who like to critique pros like you from the couch, we say, oh man, I could do that. Like, how hard is it to shoot a free throw under pressure? How hard is it to kick a field goal? People who say that, what do they misunderstand about how difficult your job is?
Anybody who is great at what they do, they make it look effortless. I can tell you that kicking a 33-yard PAT, a 20-yard field goal, a 50-yard field goal, it's never easy. There are countless hours of preparation. For me, kicking a football, it's 1.3 seconds that truly matter. Being a professional is making it look easy. It does make the bad ones stand out just that much more. Most kickers tend to remember their misses more than they do their makes. I do have 2 kicks for me that stand out to me that might not stand out to anybody else, and they were back-to-back attempts. In Pittsburgh, my rookie year, we attempted a field goal from 41 yards left hash toward the open end, and I pushed it just wide right. I think that was in the first quarter of the game. And then in the third quarter, we had another opportunity from 39 yards left hash going towards the open end. So pretty similar spot on the field. We just knocked that ball right down the middle.
How often do you miss a field goal that you think is going in, and how often do you make a field goal that you think you missed? Do you always know based on the feeling?
As soon as the ball leaves my foot, I have a very good idea of whether or not the kick is going to be good. Due to the nature of where we happen to play, we're in the Mid-Atlantic, and we play on grass surfaces outside. I've said this for several years now, but I think our stadium is the toughest place to make kicks in the NFL. There's always a chance that it could rain. Our stadium is super windy. The little flags on the top of the goalpost will switch from the time I jog out onto the field to the time I'm kicking the ball. A second and third and fourth, for that matter, would be all of our division opponents. Cleveland is tough to kick at. Cincinnati's tough to kick at. And Pittsburgh, of course. And I'm not saying that just to make it seem like, oh man, the AFC North is such a hard place to kick. And look at us, we've made all these kicks here. It's definitely hard to kick in the AFC North. And again, it always goes back to just taking each kick for what it's worth and just making the most of those 1.3 seconds. It sounds strange, but like I get more nervous. Like I'm getting nervous like thinking about it now. Being up 5 in the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers first and goal at the +5 yard line, I'm thinking this game is coming down to me. I'll do everything I can to just, again, focus on the action and not the consequence. Think of just kicking the ball and making the kick. And everything else is unimportant in that span of 1.3 seconds. You watch football your whole life and you get an opportunity to play in a Super Bowl and potentially win, get a Super Bowl ring, all of that amazing stuff, right? At the end of the day, you're playing football, and the only thing you can do is make kicks for what they're worth in that moment in time. We knocked down a 19 or 20 yarder and then a 38 yarder to put us up by 5 with just several minutes left in the game. At that moment in time, I'm just like pacing the sidelines and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. But if the game did happen to come down to me making a kick, then I would do everything I could to just attack that moment for what it was. So something that I try to remember as best as I can is that my feelings And during those 1.3 seconds between when Morgan throws a snapback, when Sam spots it, and when I kick it, those 1.3 seconds, my feelings don't matter. What's in my head doesn't really matter. All that matters is putting my foot on the ball exactly where it needs to be, swinging fully and down the field through to my target line. That's the only thing that I truly can control, is making my body time up and just do what it's supposed to do.
In that moment, I realized I had no idea about where I should be putting my foot on the ball, or how to swing through the ball, or how to finish downfield at my target, or frankly, how to do any of the mechanics of kicking a field goal. I decided I might need some help in this kickoff against Chandler.
We went out to get the best kicking coaches we could find at one-on-one kicking, headed up by owner and founder Mike McCabe, who some call the godfather of kicking.
This is going to be interesting.
It is.
After meeting with Coach McCabe, I linked up with one of his Northeast coaches, Luke Gaddis, who had one day to get me from zero kicking experience to kicking an NFL field goal. All right, we're here out in Long Island with Coach Luke Gaddis of One-on-One Kicking, and he's going to give me some tips on how to hopefully hit a field goal. So let's address the first thing. I have different colored cleats on. I was wearing both yellow cleats over there, which are my soccer cleats from my days as a keeper, but you told me to switch to this cleat. Why?
Yes, I had you go size down. So like I said, in your yellow cleat on your right foot, you had about this much room to spare. So that's a lot of drag when you're coming down with your foot. So a lot of connection to turf that you don't need. So we knocked it down a little bit. Nice form-fitting cleat to your foot. You should be golden.
All right, well, enough talk. I guess I should try to hit one of these things.
Let's go find out.
All right. All right, so just to get in front of the YouTube shade that's going to get thrown at me, this is obviously not what it looks like when an NFL kicker goes to kick a kick. We're not doing it with a rush. We're not doing it with a line. We're not doing it with screaming fans. Why is that, Coach Luke?
Nice and simple. He's brand new. You know, you can't throw someone in the fire like that. He just needs to learn the basics to start. For now, we're going sticks, ball, done.
All right, first kick of my life, field goal kick of my life. Here I go. Get in! Nope. The wind really picked up there right when a strong headwind came on right when I was kicking.
That's what we got a little work to do. All right, Clay, number one, this is the contact drill. I want to work on having good quality form, good quality technique, and good use of your body. We want to get our plant foot pretty much as tight as we can here. So I got my arm in front of me right here. This arm's going to be in sync with my leg. Left arm comes back, right leg kicks back, through. You want to be at that 45-degree backswing. If you have too high of a backswing, now your knee's coming down on top of the football. It's very common. You see a lot of guys when they're new, they'll make contact with their toe. We ideally want to lock that foot out, lock that ankle out, making contact on the metatarsal bone right here. Don't let that arm come downward. Now we got to fix your contact. Yeah, you can see how you're coming down, toe down. See that? There we go, better. All right, Clay, no step ball contact drill. We're trying to work on here's your form. We're trying to generate a better lean. That seam, that center seam, my toe goes right to that center seam. Left arm in front, back, through, back, through, back, through. Some of the habits for new guys like you is to come on top of the football like this. And I want to avoid that. You want to generate room to allow you to use your leg and hip.
Okay.
That's not bad. Woo! That's better.
All right.
That's a lot better. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So we're gonna do everything we just did. We're gonna put it together in a one step, but now add in a quality finish and a quality ball. We're going to have our right foot in front of us. We're gonna have our foot slightly open to the outside panel of the ball. You're gonna have about 70% of your weight on your front foot, 30% on your back foot. You want that foot being set up so you can push off the pads of your feet and come in with a nice finish, a nice through ball finish. You're gonna have a nice healthy lean, bend at the waist a little bit. Okay, don't be stiff with this arm. Just let it be relaxed. That's not bad. Woo! A lot of guys think it's all on the leg. It's a smooth, relaxed, compact approach. It's not this exaggerated, this long step trying to kill it kind of approach. We're gonna hit every ball with 80%. All right, we're gonna back this up to the 30 now for the full step.
But what changes when you go to the full step? Because so now you're obviously taking more steps.
Yeah, you're at a 3-2 approach. We're gonna really focus on keeping ourselves in a healthy, athletic stance. 70-30, leaving our chest and shoulders alone as we make our approach, not bouncing on our toes. We're not gonna try and kill it. And we want the backswing nice and easy. We're gonna be at about 80% speed, good healthy finish through the target, seeing the ball, stopping at parallel, and then ripping it through.
Just those things.
Just those little things. Just those 1, 2, 3, or 10 things. That's what I'm looking for. That was smooth. Again, we didn't try to kill it.
Yeah.
But you see the difference? You're just allowing yourself to come through.
Yeah.
So when I came out here today, I'd never kicked a field goal in my life. After the session with Coach Luke, I feel a little bit better. I'm having most trouble unlearning my soccer habits, where I would point my toe and getting it more at a side angle, which is how field goal kickers do it. And also just following through. I always pull up. I had that same problem in the soccer challenge, above average Joe challenge. I just need to follow through all the way. But I did hit a few from about 30 yards, so I feel good about that. Just pray I get a strong tailwind on that 50-yard shot. Otherwise, I don't think it's coming close. But yeah, we'll see you here in a couple days. All right, we are here at the home of the New York Jets. It's the final showdown. I'm gonna take some field goals, see if I can't work my way into this New York Jets Ring of Honor, in which there are no kickers, so why shouldn't I be the first?
What are your predictions for today?
I think I'm gonna hit 0 and completely choke like I always do. No, I think it's a little chilly, so I'm a little worried about being warm, but I think if I do warm up, I think I'll hit 2 or 3 of the 30-yarders, and then that's it. It's actually really surprising being on the field and looking at the field goal posts and seeing just how narrow they are. It's not inspiring confidence in myself. My opponent for this final showdown is NFL kicker Chandler Catanzaro. Unfortunately, he can't be here. He's in South Carolina doing his kicks, but he has played for the New York Jets, so I'll be on his home field doing my kicks, and we have a good old-fashioned Zoom kickoff. Hey, Chandler, what's up? Thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Clay. We're at the Citadel practice field. It's a great place to train. It's got, NFL uprights, college uprights. We got a beautiful day in Charleston.
Yesterday was my first time kicking a field goal ever, and I did okay. I feel fairly confident that I can hit one from 33 yards, so that's where I'm at today.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, MetLife in general for a professional kicker is not the easiest place to kick anyway. So you're starting, in a tough spot there. It gets super windy in there and it swirls a good bit.
So I'd say you definitely have an advantage heading in today, but what I'm hoping for is I have a perfect day and I go 3 for 3 from 33. And yeah, I'm kind of hoping you go wide right, wide left, or miss it somehow.
I think it's a fair goal for you to start, making 3 for 3 from 33. And once you push it back to 40 and 50, that's a little deep. We'll see how much juice your legs got there.
All right, well, thanks. Yeah, for the 30 and 40 yards, I'll definitely stick to 80%. But for 50, I can't promise that I will. I will probably swing as hard as I can and potentially blow out a hammy here, but hopefully not. All right, man. Let's do this thing. Let's kick.
Let's do it, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, Clay Skipper, undrafted free agent. 6'1", number 00. This is my NFL audition tryout tape. Oh! Get in. Nope. Looked so good, but it's just a sky shot. Get in! Also, it's raining a lot harder now.
Oof. All right, Clay, that's 3 for 3 from the 33 from the extra point distance. We're going to move it back to the 30-yard line, see what you got from 40.
Consistency is not my strong suit, but I've showed that I have the leg to make an NFL team. PAT specialist, so let's go try from 40.
Chandler went 3 for 3 on this.
Damn, of course he did. All right, 30 yards did not go as well as I had hoped. So we've moved back to 40 yards. I imagine that will go spectacularly. I think the goal here is to get it into the red zone, which is 20 yards and in. And if I do that, I'll be stoked. If I hit the end zone, I'll be super stoked. Man, it's just like instinct to kick as hard as you can.
Try 80%.
Okay. I'm gonna try like 50%. No matter how many times they tell me not to hit 100%, I just always hit 100%. So that time I hit it way too hard. So on this one, because I don't think I'm in danger of making it, I'm just gonna try to hit like 60% and see what happens. See if I can even do that. And it went much further. All right, so it's almost like coaches know what they're talking about. I really tried to swing that super light, and it went way further than the other one, so thank you, Lily.
Dude, that was your best with the fair.
I know. I barely hit it. Nope. All right, I missed all 3, so we're gonna move back to 50 and see what I can do from there.
Hell yeah.
Good for you, Chandler. All right, so now we're back at 50. I think even average Joes on the couch who hate on kickers understand that a 50-yard field goal is very hard. So when I'm hitting the 30s, it's kind of difficult to get an appreciation for how good an NFL kicker is. But I think kicking from here and seeing how short I'm probably going to come up, it's really going to give us a good perspective on how crazy it is to hit 50 yards with consistency. Nailed it. Made it to the 5-ish yard line. Oof. It's close-ish. All right, last kick from 50 yards. Last kick total. I got to make this one to redeem myself. Oh, I still missed it.
That's 3 for 3, boss.
So Chandler, obviously, I didn't hit any from 50 or from 40 or from 33, so I went a whopping 0 for 9 there, but I think it just goes to show, you know, if guys are sitting on their couch at home, which I've definitely done, and been like, I can get out there and kick. It's pretty damn hard. Well, actually not from 30. 30 is pretty easy. I'm just bad at it. But I definitely have a lot more respect for you. I get that a 40-yard field goal is very difficult, and a 50-yard field goal is basically impossible. So next time I'm watching you, I will heckle a little bit less.
Appreciate that, Clay. You know, it's fun kicking with you, man. No, you're right. It is tough to just, you know, get off your couch and go start kicking. You know, you have to have the kind of the natural leg speed to get the ball off the ground, and you know, that from years and years of soccer, and you know, kind of transitioned to football, and here I am today. But I got a lot of respect for you for putting yourself out there and giving it a shot. It's definitely not as easy as it looks, and we try to make it look as easy as possible.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't said the part about years and years of soccer, which got you there, but even still, yes, it was extremely difficult, and I appreciate you being a good sport about it, except for hitting all 9, because you made me look very bad, but the viewers will enjoy that, so thank you. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to go see if I can hit a 10-yarder right now and start there and work backwards.
Yeah, what I would say is use a 2-inch kickoff tee. You know, get it a little bit off the ground. It's really tough to generate enough leg speed to get the ball off the ground, whether you're kicking a 20-yarder or trying a 50-yarder like you did. There's so many moving parts to kicking. If you miss a sweet spot by like this much, it can be the you know, make or miss.
Oh, I still missed it. Now that we've wrapped, it's important, as we did in the beginning, to address a couple of important caveats to this challenge. Obviously, there was no body rushing me. It's easier to kick from sticks. I mean, I shouldn't say easier. It's different to kick from sticks. I would imagine easier than from a snap. There was no crowd, no pressure. But this was really a distance challenge. This was just to see if I had the technique and strength to hit it from 30, 40, and 50 yards. So you have to start somewhere. We started with that, and as we proved in this episode, I got to work on technique and strength before we can even add in any of those other complications. The most important thing I learned was that you shouldn't kick as hard as you can. You just see how far away you are, and you're like, I'm really gonna put my leg into this. But just like they tell you in golf, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You just gotta focus on technique. Even at 40 yards, I think I had my best kicks. Obviously, they didn't go in, but it was because I just was relaxed and just focusing on hitting it rather than putting my full leg behind it. So, biggest lesson, if they tell you to go 80%, really go 80%. Well, once again, shout out to NFL kickers. I know that we fans get on you a lot, but this just proves how damn hard it is. It is very difficult, and my full praise and kudos goes out to you. You guys are really good at what you do. And I know I started this episode ragging on the Jets a little bit, but I thank them for letting us use their stadium, and yeah, I have new appreciation for how difficult football is. Next episode, it's gonna be punting. Finally made one. Best way to sign off, with a make. See you next time. All right, so for the purposes of this video, I completely failed. I went 0 for 9 from 3, missed 3 from 33, missed 3 from 40, missed 3 from 50. But the original intent of this video is to see if I could hit one from 30, and I feel like doing all those kicks, I did learn a lot about not trying so hard. So, for my own personal glory, I'm gonna try to hit 3 from the 20-yard line, which would be a 30-yard field goal, and see if I did actually improve and get better. Get in. Let's go. There we go. Finally. Thank you for your patience and bearing with me. It's a journey. It's always a journey, but I'm glad I made one.